how many body parts would you give up of any kind, injured to yourself, if I could make Patrick Mahomes not have a torn knee ligament? Which body parts would you give up in exchange for having him not be hurt right now?
Listen, far be it for me to question the editorial judgment of this show, this same show. I think that at least the Miami studio multiple times tried to derail podcast and radio gold to give us, I don't know, baseball updates. But we're not leading with the NBA Cup, Dano? I mean, hold on, put me on camera. I even dressed for the occasion. I'm like Rob Lowe, just with the generic NFL hat, except it's the NBA. Wimby, Jalen Brunson, you want to talk football? I guess people still care about it. All of my knee ligaments, Dan. All of them. What do I need knee ligaments for? I mean, like, if that were like a serious thing, where it's like, okay, listen, he can, guaranteed to be full health, which he will be, and back better than ever, which he will be, but also just so he doesn't have to go through, he deserves an offseason. It's been a long 7 years. Yeah, I'd give him I don't need my knee ligaments. I mean, I like riding bikes, but I'd give that up. It's no problem. I mean, what did you think I would say?
I didn't know, actually. I managed to be wrong twice about your team. I said they were dead offensively 10 games in. I changed my mind after 2 games. And then, I got it wrong 2 times with your team. But what I hadn't realized, Nick, and I don't know if you felt the size of this as well, I didn't consider it possibly over until, like all of it over until his knee went out, because it affects next season, and I don't know how much your coaches want to be around and your salary cap problems and everything else. I thought it was more doomsday than – I hadn't considered doomsday scenario.
Well, you still shouldn't consider doomsday scenario. They have the most talented quarterback in the history of the league who, if he never plays another down, is the second greatest quarterback of all time in the prime of he just turned 30. And, like, listen, this sucks. This is a huge bummer. This was the one part of following the Brady trajectory that I wanted him to skip, the blown-out knee in his 8th year as a starter, but right after playing for Ring 4 and being the greatest team ever in your 7th year as a starter, but he checked this box as well. The doomsday stuff is foolishness. Like, it can't, and here's why it's foolishness. It cannot simply be either the Chiefs this year were going to supplant the 11-18 Patriots as the greatest, most successful 8-year run in NFL history, or if they don't, it's doomsday. Now, I understand Patrick's knee injury is, more than a fly in the ointment. But it's 2025. Like, guys come back from ACLs as good as ever, particularly guys that aren't, I am, if I'm being totally honest, I am sicker for Packer fans this week than I am for Chiefs fans. Because Chiefs fans, while I was late to admit it, it was pretty evident during the game, Juju doesn't believe me? Oh, he's a Packer fan. I don't know if he doesn't believe me or he's a Packer fan.
I'm a Bills fan. I got a lot of words for you. Keep going.
Oh, okay, so we can discuss, Juju. The Packers were an excellent team that might have had a real shot at the Super Bowl derailed. Like, that is a special type of torture. While I didn't want to admit it, it was pretty clear by halftime of the Chargers game, if not weeks prior, that this Chiefs team didn't have it. So the 2025 Chiefs, with or without the injury, weren't going to play in or win a Super Bowl. The Packers could have, and their 2 best players on their team, Kraft and Micah, both went down with injury. That is a potential championship taken. And this idea that next year is in question, like, I will believe that when I see it. I would, and Dan, I don't know if you know this about me, but I am a gambler. I would bet a lot of money that Patrick Mahomes is the Kansas City Chiefs Week 1 starter next year. What's Juju mad at me about? You guys should go to the Super Bowl now. Like, it's never been laid out more perfectly. You guys should, Mahomes isn't there, Burrow's not there, Lamar, who is actually the one guy in the playoffs you guys can beat, he might not be there. You go to the Super Bowl, and I'm hoping you do it. Like, Bills fans deserve it. Bills fans are great fans. Josh Allen's a great player. You just no pressure. But if you don't make the Super Bowl this year, you probably never will. So I'd go ahead and make it this year.
Yeah, that's my problem. Yes, Patrick Mahomes isn't there. Lamar Jackson isn't there. You know who else isn't there? The Bills' defensive line, the Bills' receiving core. You just can't just because Patrick Mahomes isn't there doesn't mean Julian can win a championship this year. You have to have a good team, and that's what the Houston Texans
You don't have a good team?
No, we have a Superman.
Oh, James Cook's gonna rush for 1,700 yards.
Touche.
You right? James Cook's pretty good. Your offensive line's pretty good. Josh Allen is spectacular, and you have a top 3 pass defense in football. Nobody gets to have a perfect team, guys. I'm so sick of hearing this from fans who tell me all year long what a superhero their quarterback is, and then when we approach when it's do or die, it's like I got to hear from Justin Herbert fans about how bad the offensive line is. I guess Juju's upset that you guys have a bad run defense. Get over it, bro. You have a great pass defense. You have a superhero at quarterback. You have a great running back. You're playing kids and old men. You're going to play young 22-year-olds and 44-year-olds en route to a Super Bowl. Go to the Super Bowl, bro. It's not that hard. Chiefs have been in 5 of the last 6.
Gary Oldman.
It is hard whenever you have random people playing wide receiver for you. We don't attack the free agent market. All Josh Allen needs is one go-to receiver. Instead, he has to find where Dawson Knox is in the year 2025.
I have listened to Bills fans, and again, I think you're going to go to the Super Bowl this year. I've listened to Bills fans to run this hypothetical of, if you drop Patrick in Buffalo and Josh in Kansas City, what's the ring count? All right, and my answer is, Patrick still has all the rings. But Bills fans disagree with me. So you mean like they are asking Josh Allen to go to a Super Bowl with like Juju Smith-Schuster and Marquez Valdez-Scantling as his lead receivers, except he also has James Cook instead of Isaiah Pacheco? Sounds pretty awesome. Go do it. Like, they believe in your team, believe in your guy. Give me a break with this woe is me, we don't have a Madden create-a team. Everything's been laid out perfectly. You're peaking at the right time. You just walk down the Patriots. I believe in you. This isn't like some reverse jinx. I believe Josh Allen one day is going to win a Super Bowl. Part of me kind of likes the fact that if this is the year, I'm like, yeah, he won the Super Bowl, but Patrick wasn't in the tournament, so it's kind of like half a ring. But this is a great year to do it. Go to the Super Bowl, bro. If Bo Nix or Drake May get there before Josh, and it's because, oh man, they had better D tackle play, then go jump in the ocean, bro. Like, go to the Super Bowl.
I'm sorry. I got to point out a couple of things that you said. Number one, you said it was apparent by the Chargers game, if not a few weeks earlier. Didn't sound like it was apparent to you when you come on the show. You were talking pie in the sky. We got this. We got to do this. The other thing you said was, I'm sick of these fans complaining. They say, oh, my quarterback's a superhero, but when they lose, they start complaining about the line and all this stuff. That's what you just did. You just did that about your own team.
Okay, so Amin, and I'm not trying to start more like beef with people on the show, but I would strongly recommend in the future, if you're going to run back words that I said, you actually listen to the words that I said. Because to deal with the first thing, what I said was, it was apparent to everyone but me. So I was front running that obvious criticism that I was going to receive, because I was the last one. I even think I said I was the last one holding out hope. It became apparent to me, I said, by halftime at the Chargers game, and you don't know what I was saying during the Chargers game, because I was watching that alone, sad in my house. That's first of all. Second of all, what damn excuse did I make at any point in any of this for Patrick Mahomes? And first of all, no excuses are necessary. Prior to this year, he'd played in 5 of the last 6 Super Bowls. But when have I at any point said that, yeah, there is nothing that could be done? I haven't said any of that. I said the Chiefs didn't have it. He's on the Chiefs. Everybody needed to be better this year, including the quarterback. So Like we can do the argument jiu-jitsu if you want, but you got to tell me what I'm arguing with.
I kind of feel like you're making the same argument that Juju just made about, hey, even though my quarterback is amazing, there are structural issues with my team that makes it kind of perhaps an obstacle for them to achieve the ultimate prize.
Sweet Christ, man. Are you comparing the worst, the 2025 Chiefs, which were from quarterback play on down, the worst Chiefs team of the decade, to a Bills team coming off its best win of the year? Josh Allen, some people believe, is the league MVP. They're I think, the highest scoring team in the conference. They have the best pass defense they've had in the last 3 years. Like, these are apples and bowling balls, bro.
I'm not comparing the teams. I'm comparing Sergeant Semantics. The argument that you are making is strikingly similar to the argument you're striking down from other people, regardless of the caliber of team that we're talking about.
What is the argument you think I'm making, bro? What are you saying?
You got it. It's okay.
All right, this is happening again. This just general tension with Pablo, with Amin, with Juju. He's coming after everybody.
I have no tension with Juju at all.
Trista?
I have no tension with Juju. I'm telling Juju, believe in your team.
Hi.
Believe in. Sorry.
Hi. I'm Trista. I'm new. I just was wondering why you're so hyped up right now.
It's the job, man. What are you talking about? Nobody wants to hear a sad, slow.
I kind of do.
I think
my
most
team that has had on
people wanted to hear sad Nick
most
Wright.
people do want to hear sad clown Nick Wright.
Yeah, I want wet
That's
blanket
bullshit.
Nick Wright.
Pardon me. Like that I'm not gonna do it. Like, here's the thing, and this is what I think I owe the audience. Packer fans are in just as much pain. The guys get hurt in pro football. It happens. And for me, if I were to have come out on Monday or today or whenever and been like, the sky is falling, when Pats fans lost Brady for a year in week 1, Colts fans didn't know there was anything wrong with Peyton Manning, and it's like his neck's hurt, and then they got rid of his ass. The Packers 15 years ago or 10 years ago had a Super Bowl caliber team, and Aaron Rodgers gets his collarbone snapped. Like, this happens in pro football. And it's not just sadder when it happens to your guy, and it's not just sadder when it happens to the face of the league. It might be more damaging for the league marketing-wise, but that's part of pro football. And part of what has made the previous 7 years so special is they've danced through the raindrops on this stuff. So I'm not going to ask for a bunch of woe is me sympathy stuff. It's pro football, man. Guys get hurt, and you try to duck it. When you have a Super Bowl championship team. The only saving grace to this whole thing is, to Amin's point, if he didn't hear me say it earlier, I'll make it clear. I was wrong about this Chiefs team. They weren't Super Bowl caliber, and if there was ever a year you were going to lose your quarterback a month before the playoffs, I guess it's good that it's the 1 year the team stunk.
I understand that you have to sort of be strident and defiant by calling foolishness me bringing up the Doomsday scenario. But the only reason I'm doing this to Patrick Mahomes is because I think you know this. The last 7 years must have been really physically hard on him. And so yeah. I'm assuming if Kevin Durant's body breaks and they break up after 4 years, twice as long is really going to hurt a lot more in that sport, emotionally and otherwise.
That's what I'm most curious about, because I've kind of wondered aloud for the last several years, how is Patrick Mahomes' game going to age? He leans on his athleticism a little bit more than some of the greatest quarterbacks we've ever seen. Every year in the blogosphere, we see some kind of photo of him and his belly in the offseason. Him now coming off of a knee injury in which I believe he tore 2 ligaments. How do you see this guy playing into his 30s? He's going to have to change his game. We trust him to play from the pocket, but it is going to be different, Nick.
Yeah, so listen, this is where I can't prove it to you, and I guess we're going to have to wait and see. But I believe a insane competitor who also happens to be the most freakishly gifted quarterback in the history of the sport, who also happens to be, by any available metric, the most clutch player on a per-game basis, obviously Brady has had a 3x longer career, in the history of the sport, is going to come back and be just as good. Maybe I'll be wrong. Like, I can't prove that to you. The surgery happened 36 hours ago. But this is where I guess I can be annoying to your crew or whomever. I think stuff like this is the dumbest shit imaginable. You showing a picture of a guy when I think he was in the midst of another Super Bowl championship run, and I think that was a photo from the locker room after the first game he went on the road and slayed one of these teams that was better than him.
For the audio audience, it's a photo of Mahomes shirtless in the locker room.
And it's supposed to be oh, look at this. Evidently, what folks think is the ideal quarterback body, they've been wrong about. And so, But
Nick, that's him. That's also a photo of him in his 20s, and I'm with you. I don't doubt him either. He's got a special arm talent. He's at his apex, perhaps the greatest I've ever seen. But I do think it's fair to question his motivation when it comes to keeping his body in shape. It's not Brady-esque. That's how Brady got to the 3 times longer career. So given that, on top of that,
Brady was kind of soft though in the beginning.
Yeah, but then he got into the best shape of his life and pliability.
We can't do it that way
after the injury.
Right.
I mean,
so is Patrick Mahomes built that way, is what I'm guessing, because I think part of my concern about how is this guy going to age is he's never been fully dedicated to, taking care of his body in the same way.
Hold on. That last thing I fundamentally disagree with you on. The idea that he's never been fully dedicated. The guy has played an extra season of every other player in the league, and we saw him come back, miss no time with a high ankle sprain en route to winning the Super Bowl. He was playing through a knee injury this last month on the injury report, and it finally gave out on him. The fact that that's why I think that picture is dumb, because it implies the guy is not putting the work in on his body, when I think I don't think that's the message it sends. I think that it is what leads to, the show Lamar shirtless compared to Patrick. Lamar's dealt with injuries throughout the whole tenure of it. I don't think those things go with each other. The chiseled upper body, and therefore that is, I'm putting in the right work to stay on the football field as a quarterback. And this was not an injury that he suffered because he was out of shape or something like that. This just happens. It's football. But if you're asking me to be a seer and guarantee he's going to come back as good as before, I obviously can't do that. Is my money on him? Literally and figuratively, of course it is.
My money is on him too, but I'm saying they just missed the playoffs and he tore his knee at 30. I think it's totally fair to question how is that going to age when at 30 it seems to have hit a wall.
And I just think that you cannot doubt Mahomes and doubt what football and ravages of the body are done over 7 years of trying as hard as he has. Even if he's built like Derrick Henry, you're
Guys,
allowed.
He turned 30. 3 months ago. Quarterbacks play at a super high level,
and he missed the playoffs.
Into
That's
their
how it works.
Late 30s. Say it again. What'd you say?
But I understand. It's not myopic though. He turned 33 months ago, and they just missed the playoffs after playing in damn near every Super Bowl of the last decade. I think it's fair.
Yeah, and I guess I guess you're asking me to prove something that is unprovable. The point that I would make, and I'm not trying to be combative and I'm not trying to be annoying, but maybe I don't know any other way, is there was, unless they were going to have an endless run, at some point they were going to have a down year. And whenever that happened, it would also, as a tautology, be when Mahomes and Andy are the oldest. So at any point, whenever they have the down year, it could be all of it caught up to them, and they're older, and Andy's lost his fastball a bit, and Patrick's all of it. Now there is a real factor of a real, sports tragedy of he suffered a devastating injury, which I am not overlooking. What I am saying is we consistently see guys at skill positions come back. So the Stephon Diggs come back from a torn ACL as a much older wide receiver. So I don't think that this is going to have some super long-term knock-on effect. I am worried that if he continues the Brady trajectory, Brady, his first year back from the torn ACL, they won 10 games. It was one of his worst statistical seasons. They got clocked in round one of the playoffs, 33-14 by Baltimore, and he wasn't back to being Brady till the next year when he was the best quarterback in the league in 2010, and they were 14-2. But even that year, they ended up losing in the first round of the playoffs to Mark Sanchez. And so Brady went 3 years wrapped around the ACL without winning a playoff game. If that happens to Patrick, it will just be conventional wisdom. He's done, they're done. Tom, of course, then went to 8 straight conference championship games and 5 of the next 8 Super Bowls. So I guess we'll see. But you keep wanting me to say I'm worried. I'm not worried.